Hi, this is Chris Bonnie from Consumer Electronics Daily News, and I have stopped by the booth of PowerGenix and to look and view their new rechargeable batteries that they came out with, I guess, in June. And I am joined by Dan Sqiuiller, the CEO of PowerGenix. Sir, thank you very much for joining me. Could you just talk about, the company at first, where it started, and how you guys arrived at CES this year?
Yeah, sure. We are a California company, originally funded by venture capital, so we're, kind of that sort of success story. This battery has been in development for 10 years. It's cost tens of millions of dollars. Developing batteries is actually very difficult. We got it on the market, and we decided that CES, because of the number of people that attend, the cross-section of people, that we wanted to invest some money and have a booth this year. So that's how we got to CES.
There are quite a few differences between your rechargeable batteries and other ones. Let's start off with just the overall power of them. Yours are 1.6 volts. Could you just talk about that and the differences between your competitors?
Yeah, exactly. The only other real AA rechargeable battery on the market is a technology called nickel metal hydride. It's about 40 years old, and it's 1.2 volts. And our nickel zinc technology is 1.6 volts. And so you think, well, why should you care? Well, the benefit that gives you is in most electronic devices, they're programmed to actually shut off at 1.1 volts. So if you start out with a battery that's 1.2 volts, it's not long before the device is going to shut off and you can't use it anymore. On the other hand, if you start off at 1.6 volts, you're going to be able to get a lot more life out of the battery in the device.
Right. And another thing, I was talking to one of your associates here. He was telling me that, for instance, if you put the batteries in a camera, took some pictures, and then just stuck the camera in a shelf or whatever for 6 months, typical batteries would be dead because they lose their charge over time. Yours lose them at a much, much lower rate. What do you do different technologically, or whatever the reason is, to make that happen?
Yeah, that's a good question. And basically, the difference is in the chemistry. So we're using nickel and zinc, and in the other rechargeable batteries, they're using different elements. So the way that we've combined those two together, gives us that lower self-discharge advantage. And the technology is actually very complex. People really underappreciate how much technology goes into these little batteries that have no moving parts that you buy for $1.
Yeah. Well, people take everything for granted nowadays, and especially when you do buy a rechargeable battery, you'd like it to last as long as if you went and bought a new pack of delays. And it sounds like your product actually does that, maybe outperforms just normal batteries.
It does, and the beauty is you can have your cake and eat it too. The other thing about these batteries is they're very environmentally friendly. So there's no material in the battery that's harmful to the environment. Europe has a very tough environmental standard called RoHS, Reduction of Hazardous Substances, and we're compliant with that. So this is the most eco-friendly rechargeable battery on the planet.
And could you just tell me where they're available?
Yeah, Amazon.com for the everyday low price of $29.99, and that'll get you a 4-pack and a charger. And then you can buy just the batteries. There's a number of SKUs on Amazon.com. Also, you'll see user reviews on Amazon.com. So if you go there, you'll have a lot of confidence that you're buying something that you're going to like.
Dan Sqiuiller, CEO of PowerGenix. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris.